If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Set, ready. Ready?
Straight ahead, Patterson. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
The slot man in motion right. On second down, a run with Patterson. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Blaster. Black Ultra.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle to Evans. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Falcons at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close one-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence, and they feel like they can continue to get better.
is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are on the board first here this afternoon. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Tua. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Before he came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, I want to play mistake-free football. That just went out the window there with the pick.
And you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Patterson running between the tackles. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd and 9 now. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Cooper is going to remain in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Opting to run again here with White. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
for it. Here's Tua with it. That's Tua's running back, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
For a team who came in with a healthy winning streak, they've seen some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. That streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't make a few drives of their own.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now back to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Boone Melton, 39 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now to Goodwin. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Tua going to throw. On the left side, a catch by White. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Offensively, that's a mismatch that you want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He finds his man, complete. It's McLaughlin. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Ready.
$17-0 our score after 1.
Play some D out there, fellas!
Ready.
On first down, Tagovailoa. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Ryan Succop for the point after. And it's 17-7. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 36 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Patterson on the draw. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll set up to throw. This pass is caught by London. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Patterson. Touchdown, Falcons. Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Cooper is going to remain in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing. The answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
We talked about the figures, specifically linebackers keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there's a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Tua. He finds his man, complete. That's Bryant. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He finds his man, complete. That's Bryant. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way. They could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down. And again, it's Tagovailoa. He completes it right side to White. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Succop's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble in second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Here's 2nd and 8. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
2nd and 15. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. But to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Slot man moves right. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McLaughlin. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Running out of the gun with White. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now Tua. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with White. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Not enough there for a first. No gain as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rachaad White, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are back within a score. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Toss left side, Patterson.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
The Falcons send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. He finds his man. Complete. It's Bryant.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
A lone second remains now in this 3rd quarter. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Over the middle, complete. That's Bryant. Touchdown! A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that will tie us at 24. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Now back to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll drop to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Desmond Ridder, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Crew able to connect on the extra point. They will take the 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They'll roll him out right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
On the ready.
From midfield, here's Tua. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. He finds his man, complete. That's McLaughlin. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Tua to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bryant. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
But right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua being chased out left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier reception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Tua setting up shop to throw again.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Here we go.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. That's Tua's running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Here's White.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Tua going to run the sneak. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up the 3rd down. They'll try and run it in with White. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
It is a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Younghoe Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker.
He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last